Hello.
Oh, hi,
Oh,
Dev.
Hello.
wow. Hey,
Oh
what's
my.
up, Dev?
Hi. I
Oh,
was
look at
summoned
you.
by a few people apparently.
So,
Nice.
are
So
you are
firstly,
you
firstly,
bisexual,
you guys
Dev?
need to fucking understand. It's the Cardassian Union, and it was Gul Madred, and it was five lights.
Well, first of all, I didn't know the guy's
Allegedly.
fucking name. Jesus Christ.
How many lights did they want him to say?
They
Four?
want him to say five.
Five.
There were four
They wanted him
lights,
to
and they
say
wanted him to
five.
say five. Yeah.
And they wanted him to say, yeah, there was
There
four
are
lights, they wanted him
four
to say five.
lights.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it correct? Wait, it's the Cardassian Union? That's not the name of it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, the government is called the Cardassian Union.
Okay. I've never
And
heard
the
them say
species are the
that.
Cardassians.
Well, I know that. I've never heard them say the Cardassian Union in Star
Yeah,
Trek.
well, I mean they're like a fascist state.
Yeah,
space.
I know
Dev,
they
Dev,
are.
how long are you going to stick around just so I know? Like sometimes you
Oh,
drop in just for like 30 seconds.
30
yeah,
seconds.
I'll be here for just a couple minutes this time because I
Okay.
heard that from a few people that Sitch was talking shit.
Was
Was it
he?
Sitch? Was it Sitch or Adam? Which one of you two was it?
No. Okay. So
Okay.
Adam was saying, so Rags was going to come on. So Adam was like, wow, I wish we had a bisexual person here, friend of the show, to come on and talk to us. So everyone in the chat was speculating that it must either be Rags or you.
Oh, okay.
Right.
We have a
That was-
large pool of
Oh, we do. Well, our
Yeah.
audience does have a lot of LGBT
And no, so somebody
friendly.
asked. I don't
friends of the
remember why.
gays.
Yeah.
I said, is Dev even bi? I don't know if Dev's bi.
Yes.
And then, well, okay, I guess you've answered the question. And then Adam said, has Dev ever given a blowjob? Because that would be the answer to the question.
No,
Is that the
if
answer
he
to the
gave a
question?
blowjob and that's how he discovered he hated it, then he wouldn't
that's
be
true.
bisexual. He'd
That's
just be a
true.
brave straight
Oh, that's a
man.
great point. Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's
Yeah.
a great
So
point.
someone in the chat,
Not me, though. I
Zero
love 'em.
Fucks. Zero Fucks says, "What about the one drop rule?" Okay, so I was on the
One drop
Archcast
of
last
cum?
night.
I know. What is the one drop rule?
If you swallow
Okay.
one drop of that cum, you are gay.
So I was on the Archcast last night, and it was Arch and V and me were like the three hosts of that show, right? And their audiences are significantly more right wing than mine is. Like they're more right wing than me, but their audiences are even more right wing than them, right? And they have a very strange view of bisexuality in that they don't think it exists.
Oh,
And they
so
think-
they're retarded.
They think it's just the one drop rule of sexuality, where like a guy could have sex with hundreds or thousands of women, but if he
Mhm.
has sex with one man, he's gay.
Well, that's
Okay.
that's dumb though.
Because
you can like
apparently
both.
because being gay overrides everything else. Because
Well, no, I think you
because
can be
being
gay.
gay is like an action, and if you
Look, you
perform the
could-
action, you're the thing.
Well,
You can be gay and never have sex with a guy, though. You could just want to have
Yeah.
sex with a guy. Yeah.
Sure, but I think they're all like virtue ethicists over there. So what you do is what actually
You're being
is.
very kind by saying that this is virtue ethicism
I know.
and
They're
not
just stupid.
profound mental retardation.
Yes.
it is pretty retarded.
We're not
actually,
retarded.
yes.
We're virtue
Um,
ethicists.
Well, yeah. How about this? How about this?
Wait, how many
Um,
people are bi and they just have sex with just one sex? Is that like a really common thing?
It's probably common enough that like you have bi people who only end up getting into straight relationships just because there's not that many gay people. That's probably pretty common. At least
But
it was
surely
before.
surely you
you know,
can't
before
force
2015.
yourself into liking dick, right?
I
I guess maybe if you're a
assume.
top and you just start, you can be aloof. Maybe you can be an aloof top and you can pretend that it's a woman's butt.
I guess. I
Yeah.
would guess, yeah.
You could be like a Greek straight, where as long as you're just topping guys and not bottoming for them, then you're still straight.
I'm still straight, guys. I just
call that-
really like boys' bottoms.
I call that the cope, the straight cope. Straight and
Straight
ghetto.
Yeah, that's cope sexual, is what that is.
Cope
Yeah.
section.
That's cope sexual.
That sounds like a lot of cope.
But you know, I'm gonna try to find an article for you guys to look at because somebody
my
wrote
gosh.
Oh,
an
joy.
article of explaining exactly how if you have gay sex one time, you're fully gay and you can never go back.
Interesting.
Mm.
The
you want
when
to
the
read this
boy's
piece of
butt
shit?
is so good, you can't go back.
If you want to read
Once you
this.
go crack, you never go back.
Once you go crack.
So have you seen this video at all, though?
No, actually, I haven't even pulled up the
Oh.
watch together yet.
That's fine. You're probably gonna leave anyway. But this is
I
a
will in a minute
video-
or so, but well, no, I
Wow.
was summoned over here. Hold on, let me just check out the message. People are sending me messages about
summoned
this
you?
stream.
Peer pressure
see.
Dev.
I didn't summon
Let's
you.
see. Here we go. Adam and Sitch want to talk to you, according to some fan of theirs named Gordo, over the once gay, always gay thing. They're discussing it right now. If it's gay to be attracted to Blair White, is it gay to be attracted to Blair White, fellas?
No, oh no, if you're attracted to Blair White, you know that doesn't mean you're gay.
Yeah, I don't think
But
so.
there's still a dick there though. Like she doesn't have the bottom surgery.
Well,
So.
that's fine. That's fine. So if you stick your dick in a glory hole and you think that it's a woman on the other side, but it turns out that it's actually a guy, and you don't discover until after you have produced your ejaculate, shall we say, to keep it clean for YouTube.
Thank you. That's much cleaner.
And then you discover, much to your horror, that it was actually a male. That doesn't mean that you're gay now, right? It's your perception of what you are attracted to,
Yes.
not the technical truth.
Right. I agree with you. I don't think people would necessarily accept that as being a comparable analogy with Blair. But I understand what you're getting at.
If you like big bara boys, big daddies, big hunky daddies, you're gayer than someone who only fucks very feminine twinks. But you're both gay. But one is more gay than the other.
There's still some gay in there, right?
It's gay it's gay all around.
So like
but it's on a spectrum, as most people who are gay are on.
The most feminine possible male, fully transitioned, the whole 9 yards, looks perfect. Is that still at least a little bit gay?
Potentially, but not necessarily.
I would say not at all. If they like you said, they look perfect. Like
indistinguishable from a woman.
They still have the dick though when she take off clothes. Yeah, the dick is still
that definitely changes things.
Like if it's not a game changer for you, you can still be mostly straight. But yeah, there's that, there is that element of you did cross the line. It might have been just a foot or just a little toenail over the edge, but the edge was breached.
So to speak.
So
the edge was breached.
Well, I know they've done research on this, and they say that gay men are not attracted to trans women with penises at all. And it was specifically bisexual men or men that identified as straight that would never have sex with gay men were the only ones that'd be attracted to this. So that's pretty interesting, but there you go.
Okay, so I found the article.
Yeah.
But I want to show you. But you forget about the article, though. The article is full of fucking autism. But I would like you to pull this graph up because it's fucking hilarious. Look at this autistic shit. I put it in the Discord.
Let's see. Intuitively straight, intuitively.
Pull it up. You gotta show the people what this shit is.
Okay. I didn't even understand how to read this graph. I don't even know what am I looking at here.
Okay, so basically, the bottom axis is degeneracy. So from 0 to 10, like 0 celibate, 10 is pure degenerate. All right. And then the axis going up and down, that is the generative process, which is how reproductive it is. So you have, 0 is still celibate, and then 10 is pure generate rather than pure degenerate.
What is even the point? This chart is retarded. I don't even know what this is so stupid.
So what's going on here is that like the more sex you have, the more degenerate and generate you become, because you can also have kids by having sex.
Right.
But because gay sex never actually results in having kids, it is always just degenerate, and it never has a generative component. So this is the logic used for why once bi doesn't exist and once gay always gay.
I mean,
once you accept these completely arbitrary and pointless criteria,
do people understand that when people say degenerate, they don't usually mean literally like degenerate versus generative. It's not usually what they mean.
I mean, I think actually if you were to get someone on the right who's like smart enough to actually dig into it, to grab Moldbug or someone who's like at least kind of intelligent on the right and have them actually explain their positions, you'll understand that they actually do mean, when they say degeneracy, they mean it in the opposite of like generacy. They do mean it that way.
Yeah, but they mean in terms of like it's degenerating society in some way that they don't like. Not necessarily that it's not an action that creates children.
Well, sure, but like to generate something is to like create something new.
I mean,
and then to
degenerate is to kill instead of or agenerate, or just not.
Degenerate is to break something down.
Yes. Yeah. So you can have like generative actions that build society up, and then you have degenerative actions that tear society down.
Exactly. Right.
And that's kind of how they view it. And like having kids is one of those generative actions.
I mean, depends on the kid, right? I mean, if
What if you generated a gay person?
Yeah, or I'm saying like if your offspring is Stalin or Marx, I mean, you're not really just generating.
But he
society.
killed a lot of straight people.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
About that.
I mean, I listen, I'm trying to explain it. I'm not saying that I believe in it.
Well, stop it. You bisexual.
Listen, I need to straddle the fence post in all possible things.
Oh, just sit on it?
Yep.
Of course, you need to
Nice.
straddle it.
That's a
degenerate.
bad place to get a splinter, though.
Terrible. Though.
How do you get that out? That splinter's going down with the ship.
Oof.
Pretty much, yeah.
Big oof. Okay. Well,
So no, yeah, basically people were
anything else you wanna
saying
talk about?
the way that everyone was sending me, there's maybe 3 or 4 people sending me DMs, and I was like, oh my god, is this like a continuation of
People just lie.
yesterday's,
This is annoying.
yesterday's
People
one
just lie.
drop rule conversation on the Archcast?
We didn't even bring up the one drop rule at all.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even aware of any of this stuff. People just lie to you.
No,
No, it's
you're
like
lying that there were 3 or 4 people in his DMs.
no. The people that
Mr.
are telling him are
Propagator,
just
prove.
exaggerate. Like we were just watching this video. It's about ContraPoints talking to someone about why LGBT conservatives exist at all. And they're kind of obviously looking at it from a very in the left-wing progressive echo chamber lens. And so
What's her argument?
No, look, Sitch, I told you earlier in DMs that nobody wanted to hear us talk about sex.
Yeah.
I think the fact that we've lost about 200 viewers is a testament to the fact that that is
No,
100%
those were just
true.
they were just straight.
well, no, to be fair, it's 10 o'clock at night. I mean, we just lose,
That's
we
true.
reach a
It
point
is
and
a
then
school
we lose
night.
we lose viewers after a certain time period.
Okay.
I think that's probably the issue.
Oh no, I think this conversation.
Everyone likes to hear us talk about
Everyone
degeneracy.
loves sex sells. Haven't you heard?
Yeah.
Well,
Especially gay sex.
like I know that despite the obvious political differences, there is a fair amount of audience overlap between like Sargon and Arch and me and you guys, so I figured a bunch of them were here continuing yesterday, because the conversation yesterday was kind of a shit show and it went on for way too fucking long, but
With
it
that
was fun
guy?
anyway.
This is the quote one drop rule about if you do anything gay, you become gay.
The one cock rule.
Yeah. Where it's like
Yeah, but how does
bisexuality,
that-
it doesn't exist, and you're just if you have gay sex, then you are just gay, and that's it.
Yeah, but how does that explain? But that's stupid because there's obviously
Because it's
people-
stupid.
It is stupid.
because there's obviously people that are gay. They only want to have sex with the same sex, and there's people that want to have sex with both sexes. So how's that not a distinctive category?
Because they're retards.
Oh, okay. I mean,
that's just what it is.
sure.
That's what it is. So yeah, what is ContraPoints' argument here regarding the LGBT conservatives?
Either A, they're just doing it because they're just trying to make money and they're trying to be like the niche LGBT conservative, or B, they're just trying to plead with conservatives to stop attacking gay people because look, they're normal too.
I mean, there might be some truth to both of those positions, but I don't think it's the mainstream gay conservative position.
I don't think
think
there's
just
any truth to the first position at all. I think
Do you
there's
think there's
some
any
truth to the
grifters
second
out there,
position.
really?
I don't think there's anyone who's gay who's like, listen, I'm gay. I want to make a bunch of money. I'm going to be a gay conservative. Like that just doesn't that doesn't compute to me. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think Dave Rubin fits the bill.
No shot. No way.
Yeah, man.
No.
Yeah, man. I remember. Hold on. I remember
No.
Blair White. Blair White went on his show, and then a little bit afterwards,
Guys.
What?
That was from when. Don't you remember when Blair White was on the show with Candace Owens?
Guys.
Don't
That's
what?
Dave
What?
Rubin.
Yeah, Dave Rubin.
Guys. That was Candace Owens and
Continue
Blair
what you were
White.
saying, Dev.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That was like our
Da-
third show, Sitch. Do you
I
know
know.
that?
I did. Yeah.
Guys.
it's a long time ago.
You
Damn.
guys weren't listening to us on the third show? Look, we got to kick these guys.
I
These
know.
aren't real fans.
They're not.
Listen, I knew of both of you back when you did your third show. I just didn't know that you were doing a podcast like episode 50.
There you go. Anyway, what were you saying?
Right.
about
So
Dave Rubin.
Dave Rubin, Blair White, they did a show, like she was a guest appearance on his show. And then shortly afterwards, Blair White comes out with this cryptic message where she's clearly not throwing Dave Rubin under the bus, but you can kind of tell it's about Dave Rubin.
Mhm.
And she says, "Yeah, I'm meeting people who in the right wing, media ecosystem right now, and they're just saying shit like, yeah, I don't actually believe any of this stuff, right? And like, you don't either, right?" It's like, oh, it's like her description of her time talking to some of these people was almost like Lauren Southern's in a sense, where they basically was like a bunch of backstabbers and a bunch of people who didn't really believe in any of the principles. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
like there's a supercut of Dave Rubin's appearances on Joe Rogan and why Joe Rogan stopped having him on, because Joe Rogan basically outed him as not actually believing any of this stuff. So I do think like Dave Rubin, I think he's actually the conservative grifter. He's actually the one who doesn't really believe in any of these right-wing principles. He simply makes money off of them.
I don't agree.
Okay. Fair
I
enough.
think what's going on with Dave Rubin, I think it's a different meme. The whole like people are mean to me, so now I'm going to be the other side. I
Okay.
think that's more likely with Dave Rubin.
Are you talking
No.
about the Rageaholics tweet?
I don't recall. It's been
I
a
don't
few
remember that
months
before.
since I've looked into this at least.
Oh, okay. So he tweeted out recently that Dave Rubin was a big fraud. Who is Rageaholic guy?
That's a
Razor
Razor
Fist?
Fist.
Razor Fist.
Razor
yeah.
Fist, yeah. Razor Fist tweeted out that Blair White told Dave Rubin, or Dave Rubin told Blair White when she was on the show, that he didn't buy into any of the conservative stuff. He was just basically doing it for a job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, Blair said that independently. I didn't know that Razor Fist tweeted about it too.
Blair evidently told Razor Fist, and Razor Fist tweeted this out recently. I mean, I saw it just like a few days ago.
Yeah,
And
I heard
thought,
this at
oh,
least
that's interesting.
I heard this like at least a year ago. This was kind of bubbling under the surface.
So when did Dave Rubin split off from the Young Turks?
I don't
I
know.
mean, this
Must have
goes
been years ago.
This goes with everything Jenk and Anna have said about Dave Rubin.
He left in 2015.
In 2015,
says-
he's like, I'm going to go be the gay conservative because that's how I'm going to make money. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Young Turks said that he asked for like $100,000 and they kind of laughed at him. They said like no one at the company makes $100,000 a year.
Right.
And he basically left the company, but he didn't really care about progressive politics. It was more about money for him. That's their narrative. So,
well, that's a little bit different. That's just someone. But why would he decide he's going to go be conservative in 2015?
Well, I think it's because he's always been kind of a libertarian, and libertarians might have had a place within the Democrats, let's say 10 years ago, and they kind of don't now. So maybe
Sure,
just
but that's very
as the
different.
realignment happened, he kind of found himself more on the right. Maybe something like
it's
that.
so simple. He's on the Young Turks. The Young Turks always talk about Fox News. They're basically saying, look, Fox News always gets these people, the gay conservative, the crazy crystal lady to be the progressive. And Dave Rubin is thinking in his mind, he's like, well, that might be a good gig for me. He's like, how do I get that gig?
What if I could be the gay crystal lady of the right?
Yes, exactly. He's like, wait,
me.
I could do that. I could have my own show.
I'll tap that market.
And that's basically what he did.
Allegedly.
I'm very skeptical.
Well, that was the first possible reason. What was the second one? I forget what the second one was in that list.
Oh, it was a protection to try to be like, please don't attack us conservatives. We're normal too. And I think that is true-ish in terms of, I think there are people that already have conservative moral foundations who then try to kind of justify it post hoc by trying to create this like, look, we're just normal too, because they are just normal. And they do think that like the non-quote normal queer people are giving them a bad name, which they are.
Do you think it's more the religious element or the conservative element?
I think it's a conservative element.
I feel like it's more of a religious element, right? The gay thing, right?
Anti-theist Rags just logged onto the stream.
No, I think that I think it's easier to like see yourself as a gay conservative than a gay religious person.
Rags,
Maybe.
I want you to know that we love anti-theist Rags. We do. He's a great
Oh,
addition.
no,
He's
he's
I don't want
always
you to
turned
think
on.
I'm.
I'm just not like he's really that edgy.
He's always
I just-
turned on.
It makes
Is
our.
that a contentious thing? I don't feel
He's
like that. Like
always-
that's a
It
contentious
is.
thing
It
to
is.
say.
Look, we have a lot of Christians in our audience because I usually see
They're
right there.
allowed.
Look at that.
That's
Look,
fine. No, it's fine.
that's-
I don't give a shit. It's
But
just
you got-
I just
look, you
feel
gotta
like
admit
it's
that's
easier to hold the
disrespectful, though.
identity of a gay conservative than a gay Christian, right?
You're
What I don't
kidding.
understand.
Maybe.
What's the
No, I'm not
disrespectful
kidding.
part? I'm confused.
I don't no, not disrespectful.
No, what Adam was saying was I don't understand. What is disrespectful? I'm confused.
I didn't say anything.
Me? What I said?
You
Oh,
said
look.
no. You said he
he-
said something disrespectful.
Yeah, well, we said we have a bunch of conservatives in our audience, and he said, "I'm sorry."
No, I
Like,
said
that's
that's fine. No,
something.
no, I said that's fine. I didn't say I'm sorry. I literally,
Well, you should be sorry.
literally misheard me. I
Sitch.
said that's fine. I didn't say I'm sorry. Where
Oh,
does
okay.
this
Look,
magic
I'm-
rewriting,
maybe-
this
look,
KGB
we're-
rewriting of history?
I may have misunderstood you, but it sounded
You-
like
you did.
when I said we have a bunch of Christians in our audience, it sounded like you said,
No.
"Oh,
it's-
I'm
no, I
sorry
said
to
it's
hear that. Like
no,
Christians are not
totally
welcome."
fine. It's totally
Okay.
fine. It's totally coolio.
Look,
It's
we
all-
we like to argue on the show, and the anti-theists are fun to argue with. So we like it when anti-theists come on the show.
hmm
It sounds
So-
skeptical, but
Anyway,
look,
Well-
ever since we stopped talking about sex, our view numbers have just skyrocketed.
okay.
Let's talk about sex again. Let's get back to it.
Let's talk about sex. What
So-
about
so-
sex do you want to talk about?
Sitch, I think there's actually a different. It's like a related but different effect that's happening.
I want
on
to
the
know how
right.
many dicks Dev has sucked.
Oh, do you?
No, I don't. What were
No,
you gonna say?
Sitch, why would you do that? Oh, look
Fear
at
not
that.
the man who has sucked 1,000 dicks. Fear the man who has sucked the same dick 1,000
Now
times.
we're
You know that's-
plunging.
There we go.
You know that
Nobody
scene from
wants
Clerks?
to hear this.
You know that scene from Clerks? I want to
Mhm.
see. I want that. Yeah. Anyway, what were you gonna say,
So
Dev?
yeah. So I think actually, as the culture generally shifts more leftward over time, I think like conservatism is also kind of shifting a little bit more leftward too. And I think there's just now like a space for gay acceptance on the right. And there's going to be some very far right people who are not happy about that, but they're not exactly politically relevant anymore, you know? So I think they're actually, it's not really a contradiction to have like a gay conservative. It's just that
I agree.
the politics are changing.
Yeah, but if you're in the progressive bubble, you don't understand that. It looks like a contradiction. Inherently,
Yeah.
So
The progressives would never say that they're politically irrelevant. The progressives believe that the homophobes are what's keeping the Republican Party alive.
right.
The actuality is like the capitalists, they're fine with selling you and making money off of you with all that rainbow covered merch, you know, like they're completely
Nom, nom,
okay
nom,
with
nom,
that.
nom. They
And
eat
they're
it up.
definitely
Yeah.
and they're definitely on the right. Those guys are definitely on the right. So this idea that the right is inherently homophobic, I just don't buy it.
Mark Twain's Revenge for $5 says, Sitch and Adam, did you hear that I officially got Dev to commit to the centrist creed? Just
Did I?
Nice.
there you go.
Sweet.
Good job. Dev.
I might have done it for like a super chat.
Wow.
Does that still count?
What are you?
counts.
What
That counts.
are you
Dev.
saying that it wasn't authentic? Is that what you're trying to back out now?
He's
You
trying to
made a
back out.
commitment, Dev.
No, I'm you know what, I've been a centrist since before you guys started this show, I think. So don't worry, I'm in.
Wow.
in.
We invented the label. What are you talking about? How
You
dare
invented centrism?
Yes, it didn't exist.
No,
before
enlightened
me.
centrism.
Oh, enlightened,
Enlightened centrism is different than just centrism. Do you know that?
That is.
Oh,
true.
I do, but I thought that was like a pejorative used by the left to like insult.
We're taking it
people who are-
back.
Who are crypto rightoids? Or
Yeah.
something.
Taking it
It's
back.
like the
That- it's
political
it's our
N-word.
N word. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, nice. All right.
this is our
We can just-
struggle.
we can act our struggle.
Take that. How
We
you
even
will.
call it that. Our struggle.
Yeah.
My struggle is what I call it.
My
Wow.
struggle.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
okay. Did you guys see? I posted a reading list thread on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it went viral in like lefty Twitter because the most well-worn book in the stack was Mein Kampf.
I did. Yeah, your book on your bookshelf.
Yeah. And they're like, the only one this guy's read is the one that's been opened 50,000 times. And it's like, I bought it used, guys.
It's likely story.
From Hitler.
Directly
Yes.
from him.
That's what I was thinking.
True.
Yeah. Did you guys know though, if you buy Mein Kampf, the money actually goes to a Jewish charity? So you're
Yeah,
actually
that's
supporting the
not-
Jews.
Yeah, that takes all the fun out of it though.
Does it?
That's what they
Yeah.
tell you, Dev.
Oh shit.
You actually believe that, you fool.
I guess last thing to mention, I noticed that you guys talked about my debate slightly a little bit for a minute or two, for like 30 seconds.
How was your debate?
It was fucking ridiculous.
Who did you debate?
There's a small YouTuber named Karl Max,
Okay.
and he was like a 19-year-old socialist.
He's like
And
a little person or something.
no, he wasn't a little person. He was like a twink.
Oh, okay.
He was just like some
little person?
Not all
You
little
said he was
persons are
small.
twinks, though.
He's like a small YouTube channel.
a small YouTube channel. Yeah,
like literally
a small YouTube channel. And like Wick has been trying to get me to do
Small
more
YouTube
debates.
channel means he's a midget.
I mean, Wick has been trying to get me to do more, like to try out debating. Getting into Twitch poll, dip my fingers and get my toes
You
in.
should. You'd be good.
You
at
did
it.
you did really good, by the way.
Did he?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
thank
did.
you.
He came
I
across
heard he
as
did
reasonable.
terrible, but
Oh,
okay.
did you?
word
Well,
on the street, yeah.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I'm kidding. I didn't hear.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't even know this took place. So
I've always kind of seen my like debating as probably my weak suit, because I'm more of like a reading and writing kind of guy and not like an on the fly. I've definitely I've had arguments with Sargon over the years where I've just been like walloped, and it's been less on facts and more on rhetoric.
Oh, I agree with that. We've been walled by Sargon's rhetoric more than once.
There you go, Sargon. Debate tactics. Look at that.
No, Sargon's a good boy.
Is he though?
Yes,
Okay.
but hold on. Are you guys going
Well,
anti-Sargon
these days.
now?
No.
Is
I'm
it
just-
time for the
I'm
Sargon
literally just
backstab?
I'm literally just fucking with you.
I just listened back to our debate with Carl on the liberalism stuff, and I mean it holds up. What's up? Oh, damn.
Multiple ones about
Yeah.
liberalism. I feel like every day every time Carl comes on, we had a debate about liberalism. But no, it
He's
wasn't
out
that-
for liberalism. He hates liberalism's
I know,
guts. He
it's
wants
terrible.
to drown
So-
it in the bathtub.
I know.
He did that recent video promoting the Lotus Eaters. Like, what have I been doing recently? And he made like a 3-minute video where he said that he still likes liberal values, but there are some foundational principles that gotta go. And it's like, maybe that might be the case. Maybe there are some
No,
things that are actually
don't
wrong,
give in.
even though
That's why you
Don't
have to
give-
ban gay
Nothing is
marriage,
wrong.
Dev. Don't you know?
I want to ban gay marriage, but like
think
there's
you
a few
do.
there's a few things in the philosophical side of
Name
liberalism
one.
that are a bit well,
No.
like the idea
Free
of
speech?
fungibility. No, fungibility is a bad liberal idea.
Like NFTs, I agree.
What is fungibility?
I'm gonna
Well,
fund
fungibility,
your
it-
ability.
it it means like replaceability. It's like the idea that everyone can there's the idea of like a universal man that can be extracted out and then put in any situation and just like completely adapt. It's like that doesn't really
That's
work,
not liberalism, man.
that
has
is
nothing to do
definitely a
with
part of liberalism. Listen,
Bullshit.
the main reason the moral impetus behind something like
You
immigration
make me bring up my notes.
That's
is
not
the-
liberalism, man.
is the idea
has
that you
nothing
can
to do with
bring
liberalism.
hear me out. It's the idea that you can bring people in and they'll simply just become like you with no pushback, because our culture is just that much better. It's like, well, no, they're going to hold on to some of their own culture, and some of that culture might be bad. It might even be anti-liberal. So it seems like liberalism does not have like very solid defense mechanisms against subversion right now.
That's
that
like
needs
an
to be-
anti-immigration straw
Second
man of
Amendment.
liberalism.
I think what you're talking about, that's an idea that's like a left wing idea. That's not like an idea that's inherent to the philosophy of liberalism.
Maybe so, but we have gotten here at this point. So
Okay, but that's a different question. Right?
okay,
Like, why
here,
are we
listen.
here and how do we not be here?
All right. Do you want to debate it, Sitch?
I thought you had to go.
Let's
Like,
go. I'll fight you anytime. No,
you're
no,
like
no,
oh yeah.
yeah,
okay.
I can't be here that long. Well, no, the next reading project for me is the book The True and Only Heaven by Christopher Latch. And
Look,
he
we're-
was like he
What
was a
does this have to do with
conservative.
liberalism.
Well, hold on. He was a conservative who started he started actually as a Marxist, then he became a liberal, then he became a conservative. And his view ultimately was that the liberal belief in unending progress ends up undermining liberalism itself, because it dismantles everything in the pursuit of progress.
I don't even think like unending progress doesn't have anything to do with liberalism either.
Yeah, all this stuff has nothing. This was
These are
my
just
critique
left-wing
of
ideas.
Carl.
Doesn't have anything to do with fucking.
This was
Doesn't-
my
Hold on. I'm
critique of
talking
Carl
about
too,
liberal
'cause-
philosophy, not liberal government.
I'm talking about liberal philosophy too.
There's
Yeah.
hold on, there's definitely this idea of progress as being innately good in liberalism, for sure.
No. Wait, there's a difference between saying progress is innately good versus unending progress.
Look, I had this
one feeds
problem
into
in our
another
debate.
eventually.
Look, I had this problem with our debate with Carl too, because Carl is like, look, Locke came up with this, therefore it is liberalism. I'm like, Locke wiped his ass too. That doesn't mean wiping your ass is part of liberalism.
Yeah, yes, it is. No,
Well,
let's be clear.
so-
yes, it is. You
Yes,
should.
it
If
is.
you're a liberal, you need to fucking wipe your ass. All right.
Look, I
With
think you,
Locke,
I think
yes.
you should wipe your ass. Let me be clear here, but I don't know why you would associate that with liberalism.
Because it's a, that is a, let's make it a part of liberalism right fucking now. All right.
Yeah, wash your ass.
Wash your ass. This is a core tenet of liberalism. If you don't wash your
This-
ass,
Look,
then
the
you ain't
point,
how-
the
liberal.
point, the
This is
point
how we can finally
stands.
fix India, guys.
The point stands. Just because
my
Locke, someone who you classify as a liberal and was a liberal philosopher, did it, doesn't mean it's part of liberalism. Liberalism is a set of values and ideas and institutions, but you can't just come in and say, "Oh, some liberal that I plucked out of history thought this thing, and therefore I'm pinning it on liberalism."
See, Adam, I actually agree with you, and that's probably the best argument against this point of view. It's the idea that even though a liberal writer might have written this at some point in time, there have been future liberal writers who have critiqued that. And also, liberalism is not just a set of political theories; it's also a practical political reality
True.
that we are
Yes.
living in. And
Yes.
when the theory doesn't line up with the reality, you have to take a look at that and be like, well, okay, what like how should we define liberalism now? Because we've tried certain tenets of it that haven't necessarily worked out that great. And so
Yeah.
I think that's why we have like neoliberalism, right?
Well,
It's
this
like,
is
okay,
what
we
I
changed some things.
This is what I kept trying to do with Carl. I kept saying, look, I came up in our debate, I came up with 6 proposals. I think that basically encompass all the ideas that are liberalism. I've added some to that sense because, obviously we're constantly talking about this, and other people say things like, well, isn't the consent of the governed, kind of part of liberalism? And I think, yeah, it probably is part of liberalism. Maybe we should put that in there.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I pretty much like I think this is actually the proper pushback on, let's say, Sargon's ideas
Right.
when he says, well,
But
this
the
is
thing
what
that you just
liberalism
said,
originally meant. And it's like, well, it doesn't necessarily matter.
look,
what they
the
originally
thing,
meant.
and this is my critique of what Carl is doing too, because he keeps trying to put these things in that bunch of things that don't belong. Like you just said, this idea that human beings are culturally interchangeable. No one's ever tried to put that in the bag. Like, I think liberalism wants to have a certain amount of tolerance for different beliefs, but I don't think a liberal believes that tolerance is infinite. Like,
Well, I guess the question then is, how come it has been the case that historically each generation of liberals ends up being more tolerant and more permissive than the previous generation, even sometimes to its own detriment?
Look, I'm not sure that that's the case. It seems like there is some kind of ebb and flow between individualism and less individualism in society.
Well, sure, but like here, let me put it this way. Liberals, let's say 20 years ago, were talking very frank and very openly about how you can't just have unfettered illegal immigration and how people need to be sent back. You talk to a random liberal nowadays, they'll tell you that asking the illegals to be sent back is now racist. What happened in those 20 years?
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with
Liberalism, yeah.
no.
Okay,
That's very
It
simple.
has-
I have the very simple answer to that. Is because
go ahead.
all of a sudden people started looking at demographics in terms of voting, and they're saying, "Hey, all these white people are voting for Republicans, and all these non-white people are voting for Democrats. It's therefore just better for me as a Democrat to be in favor of more immigration, so I win more elections." And then they sell that and they say,
The
hey,
great
it's racist to be
replacement
against
theory.
immigration. And then a bunch of people say, oh my God, it's racist to be against immigration. They just eat it up. No. Because they're
Yeah,
told this by the
They
thought
can't.
leader.
They can't just come out and say, "Listen, we're going to win more elections if we let all these immigrants."
I mean, they know. It's not. It's like the most open secret of all
This
time.
is racist.
Right.
Sitch,
So-
you're racist. No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Right.
The thing is, though, is
That's
that
what's
like
happening.
even though you can describe the mechanism accurately, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, if you talk to, let's say, a liberal who's like 10 years younger than us right now, he
Yeah.
is more likely to say the statement, sending back the illegals is racist.
You're doing the thing again. You're doing the thing.
What's the
saying
thing?
because a liberal believes this, that means it's liberalism. You can't
Okay.
do that.
Well, how
wait.
how many liberals have to believe it before it becomes, the current
Wait.
iteration of liberalism?
Why did for I don't know, 40 to 50
How many
years.
liberals wipe their ass?
Wait.
100%. Because if they don't, they're not a
Wait.
liberal.
Still
Why
doesn't
did-
make it part
For
of it. Go
40
ahead,
to
Sitch.
50 years, okay, to be conservative meant, oh my God, we need free market solutions to everything. We need to be pro warmongers. We need to let the corporations do whatever they want. We need to unlock the power of business. And now that gets you labeled a fake Republican. You're a rhino if you believe all that shit. So explain, how does this all work if there's just this one unidirectional thing for politics?
Well, I don't think it's unidirectional. I do think that just these
Well,
labels.
no, but that
change
was the
over
question
time.
you asked. You said, why is everything getting more progressive?
I don't necessarily know. I don't know why it's getting more progressive, but it does seem to be. Yeah, like I don't know, man.
No, but
I can't answer that question.
Okay. Well,
I
I'm
don't.
just saying, yeah.
I am observing it as getting more progressive over, let's say, the past 100 years. But
I think
don't
humans
necessarily
in
know
general
why.
get more. So like the left is, as I've always characterized it, and is just about change, essentially at the end of the day. And as our society changes more because our environment changes more and more, things are going to go more and more in the direction of change. I just think it's a very simplistic answer to the question.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's change in one political direction. Like no one is advocating for a change back to monkey. You know?
Well, what do you mean? There's a bunch of people that are advocating for that exactly.
Okay, no one mainstream. Like, you know what I mean, right? Like, is it actually?
That's because it's not a change. That's a regression.
Regression is change.
No. Stop. So the left is basically views that all of our existing problems exist because of our current systems and hierarchies. And so we need to change and try something new or different or outside of the current paradigm to succeed. And the right has the opposite view. They view all of our problems come from changing away from current traditions and systems and hierarchies that brought us something good. And so,
yeah, but I mean,
right.
Previous
so
paradigms are still changes, though.
But okay, you're getting too bogged down in like word thinking and not the concept that I'm talking about. Okay. The right looks at it like our current traditions and traditional systems are the answer, and anything that degrades away from them or deviates away from the traditional wisdom of the ancestors is bad. Okay. And that's what creates all of our problems. And the left has the opposite approach. They say, hey, all of our problems come from living to the wisdom of our ancestors, or listening to the wisdom of our ancestors. And so we need to change and do something that's outside of that wisdom, outside of that traditional way of thinking.
Yes.
Right.
So the left is moving more and more away from the traditional origins.
Yes.
That's the thing. That is the unidirectional belief of progress.
Right.
That's the unending progress.
Right.
As every generation moves further and further away from that traditional wisdom, that is what the unlimited progress is.
Yeah, but that
will happen unlimitedly.
There's two issues here. The first thing is survivor's bias. Okay. And that's that people ignore
people who
all
wipe their ass survive.
Exactly. People ignore all the traditional aspects of our society that don't change because they become invisible to them. Like a good one until very recently, or even still recently, is still the adherence to the idea that like you want to have a 2-parent household, right? Traditional wisdom, right? Getting married is going to make you happy, right? There's a lot of traditional wisdom in ideas that have just existed for so long that we become invisible to us, and it's only when they become challenged that you're like, oh my God, we're challenging this traditional wisdom, right? So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is the whole point, I believe, from an evolutionary perspective, of there even being like people having this desire to change, is because as the environment, like if you're living in a valley where the environment is stable and you have a good source of food and there's no problem, you can live in a conservative mindset where you don't change anything as long as you're successful, and your people will prosper for thousands and thousands of years. And it's only when some environmental shift occurs, the environment changes, that suddenly the conservative wisdom leads you to die because you needed to change and adapt to the situation and you didn't. And we're living in this time period, especially right now, but we've been living it for 1,000 years, where technology is changing rapidly, which means our environment keeps changing rapidly. So obviously, as long as things are changing, it's going to lead more into the left-wing mindset of, well, we need to change to fit our philosophy to whatever the environment is changing around us.
And that all makes sense. Yeah. I think your first point was just kind of restating what I was thinking in different words.
Wow.
Because what you were describing sounds a lot like the unlimited progress. Because even then,
Well, no,
like
when you
this
say
kind of
limited
sounds like it
progress,
too.
you're putting like a negative spin on just survivor's bias, which is just reality.
Kinda and kinda not. I got to think about it a bit more. I haven't thought of it in terms of survivor's bias yet. It's just been like there's this feeling on the right, and it's not unfounded that with all of the change we've lost some important things, and
Of
that
course.
people are starting to feel it now
Yeah,
with
I
a
don't
lot of like the
disagree with that.
nihilism and
Right.
things like that. And so there's lots of right wing, let's say right wing thinkers, right wing books, right wing writers who are trying to figure out what has been lost and how to get it back. And they're
Right.
doing it outside of a progressive framework, which I think is
But
valuable.
here's the problem. Since those are people that just, I would argue, probably naturally have right-wing moral intuitions. And so their intuition tells them the past has the answer. They don't know that. They just intuitively believe the past has the answer. And so then they're kind of post hoc justifying it to like try to confirm their bias.
Well,
Because
and they're disgruntled by their present circumstances.
yeah, of course. Because if you look back, like, fuck, you go read any fucking person from any back in the day, they're all complaining about the same fucking thing that everyone's complaining about now. Oh, the kids today, they don't have any respect for tradition. They're all just, we need to go back to like fucking the ancient Greeks are like the kids today. We need to go back to the ancient fucking traditions. All these kids with their newfangled ideas making everything terrible. And people saying,
Gotta
oh,
be Greek straight, guys.
yeah, exactly. Or like, oh, I feel like, this fucking, you could dig up a million things from Rome or Greece or fucking Egyptians talking about like, what is the reason of life? I feel all this existential dread in my life, blah, 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 blah. Like, people always had these thoughts forever. The only time people didn't have these thoughts was when they were working so hard to survive that they didn't have time to think of these things. As soon as people get luxury time, they start to think of like the deep, just scary questions about like the nature and reality of life. That's all. And people just have a lot more luxury time nowadays.
Things were so much better when I had to work all the time and couldn't think about this stuff.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you don't want to have to think about like the existential dread questions. Then go fucking, be in a military zone 24/7 or something.
Go back to the farm.
Go live in a farm where you're spending literally sun up to sundown just working yourself to the bone. Then you're not going to necessarily think about those things. Maybe like it's just.
I agree with you, but like the conservatives have been ringing the alarm bell on the opposite problem, right? The Coombe machine problem, where you're engaging in constant pleasure all day. That's completely meaningless.
Which is true. There's nothing wrong. That is true. That is a completely true critique. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I know, Adam, you just said something like you just said it and I already fucking forgot it. My God, maybe I need to go to bed.
That's okay. Go to bed.
It was something like oh man, wasn't it better when I had to fucking work all day? And it was like, and there's some truth to that, but also if you have like no meaningful work to do, it's just as bad. People definitely fall into depression when they feel like they're just useless.
Well, that's another thing too, because I'm sure humans obviously evolved to work for food production specifically. So I would imagine that even if you were like a farmer back in the day, that might bring, watching something grow probably hit you psychologically much different than working in a factory.
This is why gardening is so damn enjoyable, even though it seems ridiculous, but you go out in the yard and you've like plant some things and you watch them. It's like exciting.
Sure.
No, it is actually.
Yeah.
You're creating, you're putting something out. Humans are wired to like, like the little baby who like they'll build up the little blocks and they'll knock it down and they'll laugh like hysterically.
Yeah.
It's because they're enacting physical change in their environment in some dramatic way. And humans are wired to enjoy that. And when you talk about planting, that's essentially what you're doing. You're creating this change in your physical environment that's very visible.
How many trees have you grown from seeds, Sitch?
0.
You got to do it. It's so gratifying.
0.
Trees get big.
We've done a bunch of planting things for Boy Scouts, but I never followed up.
Well, go back and visit one of those
too.
trees and just marvel. You're like, oh my God, I planted this when I was a child. Look at it now.
If he didn't plant it as a child, though, it
doesn't count.
It's too late for that. That ship is sailed.
I did the same thing, Sitch. You have like it's like a little planter gun that's like a tree loaded in it, and you like fire it into the ground. Remember those?
No, I have no clue.
I know what you're talking about.
Those are badass.
Oh, really?
You had a planter gun in Boy Scouts?
Yeah, it was like this metal chamber.
Yeah.
And you would there'd be like a tray full of like little saplings,
Yeah.
and you'd load it into the thing, and then you'd like stick it to the ground and go poof, and it
That
would like
sounds
force it into the
awesome.
ground.
We never used.
You,
We never
you
had
guys
one of
didn't use
those.
those?
No, we had
Oh.
an old fashioned dig a hole. and put the
You had
thing-
to use like a
Weak.
Yeah.
hold on. You had to use like just like a shovel and
Yes.
Boring.
Yes.
hold on. Let me see
Builds
if I can show it
character.
to you.
That sounds awesome. No,
I found it. Hold on, I'll
okay.
give you a picture of it real quick. Look at this. Get out of the way, Dave Rubin. Okay.
Are we gonna finish this video, Sitch?
We'll
Just
finish
look-
it.
out of
look at this thing.
curiosity.
Look at
Oh,
this
that thing. I know. Yeah, that's we have had that thing.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think of that
So
as like a tree gun. I think that's like the little the
It's-
tree pole.
it's
Okay.
definitely a true. Okay, maybe there's like another version of it. Like what the fuck? Okay, anyway, no.
Yeah.
Basically, inside the cylinder,
Yes,
you put like a little
yes, yes.
sapling with like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
like
yeah,
a plug of dirt,
Right,
and then
right.
you stick it in the ground, and then it goes. Phoop.
I was envisioning like some giant that was like putting like half-grown trees into the ground. I was like, what is like, wow, that sounds
Like
amazing.
20-foot trees.
Yeah, I was
Boom.
like, what? I was like, what are you talking about?
No,
Yeah,
no,
no,
I'm
no,
not talking
okay,
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, sorry for derailing so much.
No
but it's
problem.
always nice talking to you guys.
Always nice
Yeah,
talking to you.
thanks. Take care, man. Have a good day. Have a good nap.
Adam.
Have a good
Adam.
sleep. Yeah.
Adam,
What
we
up?
got to do Moldbug, right? Moldbug 3.
Oh my god. How do I kick this guy?
The
Kick.
chat's been asking for it. The
Kick.
chat's been asking for it.
By chat, you mean you.
I mean, we might do another mole bug, but look, I think last time I lost my temper though, and I'm kind of getting a bad reputation for being too angry. So
Should we
All right.
should we say publicly who said
no,
that? Adam?
we shouldn't know.
We should tell
Wait, hold
Dev
on.
in private though, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
totally.
here,
We'll
type it
tell-
to me.
We'll tell you later.
Someone you not expect was
It's very unexpected.
yeah. Okay, anyway, I'll tell you on DMs.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks. Look, we'll consider it. But my problem with the mole bug streams is that
Mhm.
all we're doing is we're going into such fine grained detail that we're not really attacking any of his wider ideas. So if we do it, I want you to lay out his broad argument and for us to attack his broad argument, because like nitpicking at these little things that he's gotten wrong, well, he could get those little things wrong and the broad argument still be true. So I don't
Right,
feel like
right.
we're really dismantling it in any real sense.
So rather than go like chapter by chapter like last time, we're just gonna talk about the ideas. You want to do it like that?
Yes.
Want me to like write up an essay? We can like discuss it.
Yes, yes, and the best counter arguments against those, obviously. So I'm into doing that, and I'll commit right here to doing that if that's what we're gonna do.
Wow.
Okay. Should we get somebody who actually wants to defend Moldbug, because none of us like him?
No.
No, yeah,
You don't want to have like the real debate over the ideas?
No.
no, not really.
Okay. All right.
Not really.
Okay, hold on. Sitch, you typing the name? I saw you typing for a minute.
Oh, I wasn't gonna send it to you till after you left.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See you
I won't
later,
say it.
man.
Hold on. I won't say. I just want to react to it on stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Why-
yeah, you. She listened.
To what?
Never mind. Get out of here. I'll tell you later.
Okay. Sorry. I'll see you guys later. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.